In three, two, one. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here with a very special guest today, Avori from Netflix's Boot Camp, JK Battle Camp. I keep on getting
Honestly,
that
boot camp.
confused. Oh my god, how did you guys do all those challenges? They were so hard.
You know what? I don't feel like the ones that I did were that hard. Like a wall sit, like yes, holding it for a long time was challenging, but like I felt so bad for the other punishments. I was like, I got the easiest one. A freaking ice bath,
Well, I
like
couldn't do the ice
running.
bath. That would have freaked me out.
Yeah, me too. I don't literally I think I got put up for like all of my strengths. I love heights. Like I love a good, endurance thing, but man, some of them were so difficult for other people. Like I just wouldn't have been able to do them.
For sure. And what I love so much about the show is there's so many elements to it. So there's these intense challenges, but there's also the strategic play of like, you're still voting. So that goes into the social relationships you make. And then there's the luck aspect with the wheel, which is like great, but it also determines a lot. Like there is a lot of luck and fate that goes into this, and people can make it to the end just by being lucky. Like, what did you think of the concept when you first heard about it?
As a gamer, I'm like, what is the point? Like literally, what is the point of this show? Because the wheel could just ruin everything for you. Like it only
Mhm.
takes one name on the wheel to go home. And that was like shattering when we realized that with Gabby. It was like, oh,
Mm.
it only takes one.
With Gabby, that was so shocking because it really felt like a premature exit. She had so much potential in the game. She potentially could have went the whole way. She was so likable.
Yeah.
Was that the most shocking moment, do you think, of the season, especially in the beginning?
I think it was, especially because I had an alliance with Gabby. Like her and I were like really close, and that ruined my entire gameplay. Not that I see her and I's friendship like that, but like in the game, you need friends on the other team who are gonna
Mm.
have your back. And I had her back, she had mine, and then when she went, I was like, shoot, like I don't have anyone on the Wolves who is going to have my back. And in fact, most of them are trying to get me out of this game. So this is not good for me at all.
Right. And is that where things started to turn between you and QT? I mean, I have to give you a little bit of flack. I love
Please
you, but it
do.
felt like you really were kind of going out of your way to like spread this rumor that she threw the challenge. And like you had a valid point, like she wants to open a bookstore, but like also I believed her. Like I don't think she meant to throw the challenge.
Yeah, I have to be really careful how I like talk about this because I've realized that after the show comes out, everyone's opinion gets thrown on to like an edit that's only 45 minutes of what actually went down. And from my perspective, obviously things happen differently and you guys only got to see a little bit of that. But the
Mhm.
last thing I would ever want to do is say something that would like hurt her again because I already realized that I did hurt her feelings. And honestly, seeing her facial expressions for the first time, like I cried literally.
Yeah.
Like I started crying because I was like, oh my gosh, if I would have seen her face like at the wheel ceremony, I would have realized that I really messed up. But because she was behind me and then I was behind her, it like it just was almost like talking to like a silhouette or like a person that wasn't there in a weird way. Like I don't want that to sound like an excuse, but genuinely, like I didn't even realize, like even through that moment, that she hadn't thrown. Like I
Mm.
still fully believed it. And after I got eliminated, went straight to production and I was like, please, like you guys have to tell me, like was she to the cameras going like I had to do what I had to do? That's what I believed in my mind.
Mm.
And I asked them, I was like, did she throw? And they were like, she never admitted that she did. And I just, at that moment, my heart sank. Like I started sweating. My heart was pounding. And I immediately, as soon as I got my phone back, I texted her like this long text message. I
For
hope you
sure.
win. I'm so sorry. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that
Yeah.
because I just felt so bad. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Like, you're not a bad person for making a mistake, but it was like a bad game mistake for you. And I feel like you're such
yeah,
a gamer. You came from the mall and you also do gaming. Like, you should know better, right? Like, because it kind of looked like
yeah.
you were targeting her and making like this bigger feud than there needed to be.
Yeah, I will say my there's a couple things that led into like this kind of like pitfall of Avori on the show. The
Mhm.
first was nobody's shows had aired except for mine, Trey and Lorenzo, and Shuby. Of course, no one's gonna vote for Shuby. Everyone loves him.
Literally.
Trey had the power, he had immunity, so that leaves me and Lorenzo. And Tony was such a mastermind in episode 1, getting everyone to vote for me. I think Tony kind of did what I did, but that wasn't shown. And I absolutely love Tony, so don't get it twisted. And he'll
Right.
even admit to this, but he went around campaigning against me for no reason. And so I hate that it's like so villainous that, all of this happened, but like I don't see that as like a villain thing from other people either. Like
Mhm.
it is what it is. And Tony didn't vote for me either, but he did go around telling everyone else, Avori's a threat, get her out, and so from that moment, I was like, I can't trust anyone in here. Even like the people on my team, I was on edge.
Mm.
And my beef with Trey was so much bigger, so much longer than anything I had with QT. But I think like, when they decided what parts are going to go into the actual show, they kind of just like skimmed over that. So to give you some insights, by the way, I absolutely loved watching Trey's perspective because I feel like I
Mhm.
really understood him.
Yeah.
But in episode 1, Trey, not even Trey, the Wolves and the Bears made an alliance that we were like not going to go for each other. Like we like full on team and team. We were like made an alliance. And then shortly after that, the Wolves put 2 of the Bears up for punishment. So we were kind of in our cabin like, okay, wait, like we just made an alliance. Why did they put us up for punishment? And this doesn't make sense. Like, didn't we just agree to have each other's back?
Right.
And then after that, I was like, you know what? Like, I still want to make an alliance with Trey. So I approached him and I was like, okay, I was like, I am not mad at you. Like, I get it. I won the punishment. I kept my name off the wheel, whatever. But like, can you and I still work together? Like, I absolutely loved you on your show. I want to work with you. And he was like, yeah, same. Like, I think we would do great together. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is awesome. So I'm thinking, like, I'm making an alliance with Trey. He shook my hand. He looked me dead in the face and he goes, I will not vote for you. Don't worry. And then he voted for me. So from my perspective, I just was like, everyone's screwing everyone over. Um, and I just made like such a fatal error in thinking
Mm.
that QT was also one of those people. But you have to recognize I didn't know her. I never saw her show. I had zero information about her.
Mm.
And all I knew was that like this girl is so strategic. Like she's so good at the game. And I just made a mistake. That's
For
all.
sure. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is interesting if you don't know everybody, but some people have that advantage of being on TV. Some people have been friends for years. So I think it
Yeah.
definitely plays into like, you're going to stick with who you know. Also, Trey was the biggest villain of the season. I mean, I was so glad when he finally went home.
No, I wanna say that someone was more villainous than me, but like honestly, in my heart of hearts, I actually loved watching his perspective because I'm like, as a gamer, like I love it. This would not be a good show. It would not be a good reality TV if people were all just playing the game like, oh, kumbaya, like we all have each
True.
other's backs. Like no, like you guys need the juicy drama. You guys need to be able to pick sides when you watch it. And for me, watching his perspective, I was like, damn, this is a gamer. Like, respect to the gameplay. I love this. And it was
Right.
cool to see his side of things, honestly. I was like, yeah, I probably would have done the same, to be honest.
Yeah. So when you left the show, who were you like truly rooting for? And were you surprised when you found out what ended up happening and who won?
I mean, I would say like everyone that was left was like so lovable. I would have been happy if any of them would have won. And I genuinely mean that. That's not even like PR training cop out. This
Yeah.
cast like they know where the cameras are and how to play it up, but in real life like they're such sweet people. So I really hope
Hmm.
that people that are watching the show don't think anything negative of anyone on the show. Like we are here to entertain you and like there really is no beef in this cast, which is like I'm so grateful for.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, Lorenzo ended up winning the whole show. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert. He won the 250, and it was a lot of luck. Obviously, like he played a great game. No one really voted for him. He was really good at the challenges. He had a loyal alliance. I was happy that he won. I thought he was so cute and like lovable. I didn't know much of him before this. And it also was luck because the wheel turned it on him, and you could tell that everyone was really happy for him when he won.
100%. No, I think Lorenzo didn't get enough of how funny he was in the edit. Like so many things were cut out, obviously, because it's like these episodes are 2 days worth of filming shaved down to like 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So he was so funny. Like every single day I would wake up and look forward to either Louis, and then when Louis left I would look forward to Lorenzo making me laugh. Even Tony, like I just knew he was scheming and it was just so funny. And then obviously Shuby in my cabin in his
Mm.
own way, without even trying, was making everyone laugh all the time. So
Did
it was,
Shuey ever get any votes?
I don't think he got a single vote. I will say some tea about Shuby because people keep asking, is he really that nice? Like this has to be fake. Like there's no way. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
here's some tea on Shuby. During episode 1, there was like a obviously a producer came in to give us the like DL on how to do the challenges, and he was on the weights. If you remember, he had to like pull them up out of the water.
Yeah.
And so one second, sorry. So a producer comes in and they're like, okay, so you pull the weight out of the water. If your flag is attached to the weight, then you take your flag and you move on. And the producer leaves and we're like group huddled strategizing. And Shuby's like, um, so like if I pull up someone else's flag, I should just leave it on the dock, right? And Geo, QT, and I were like, Shuby, no, toss it back in the water. Like, please do not screw this up for us. And he's like, no, I don't think I want to do that. Like, I think I'm just gonna leave it on the dock. I'm like, Shuby, I swear, like all three of us were literally like shaking him. Like, I swear, if you pull up everyone else's flag, I will literally jump over to your dock and kick it back into the water. Please don't ruin this for us. But that just goes to show you like
Mm-hmm.
how genuine and sweet he is. He did not want to make the game harder for anyone else, be it on the other team or his own.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a good guy.
And
So
that's why he made it so far because
yeah.
you wanted him around. I mean, the
Yeah.
people that went home were either blindsides by the wheel or you were going for threats. Like, what was the
Yeah.
biggest threat for you in the competition? Was it just someone who was really good at challenges, or was it someone who was had a good social stance around camp?
Honestly, the biggest threat to me was Georgia.
Mm,
The thing is, I never would have voted for her because I mean, until it came to the last episode, because her and I, like, we had a good friendship there. And even though she was like a competitive threat for me, I just loved her personality so much. And I just thought she was so genuine and loyal that, like, nothing would have ever made me vote for her. Like,
mm.
there's people I would have voted for, but she was never one of them. And I saw her as a threat, but I wasn't trying to get her out, if that makes sense.
Georgia was the main character. Like, I loved
Yeah.
watching her. She's such a queen. She's so genuine, and she killed it in the challenges,
Yeah.
which I was really impressed by because, like, I'm not that athletic. So I give kudos to all of you guys. I do want to know what your thoughts were about Tony quitting, though, because that was kind of shocking and felt premature. Like, what did you think of his decision?
You know what I'm loving more than any of the talk, well, any of the cast talk about Tony quitting is seeing people's theories online.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is so funny. People are like trying to clock what really went down, et cetera, et cetera. But I think like Tony had to do what he felt was best for him. And I think like it was an intense environment and he just kind of needed to leave that environment. Like once he lashed out at Polly, and I think it was very mature of him, he realized, you know, maybe this isn't like the best environment for me. And so, yeah.
Yeah, good for him because it
Yeah.
maybe something else could have triggered him. It could have got worse. It's better to quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
So I totally feel that. Someone else I was really rooting for was Arena. I loved her on Love is Blind. She's a friend of mine. And the way she went out, I love her, but I couldn't stop laughing. It was so dramatic, the episode. Like, she was crying for 30 minutes. She walked off. Like, it was so sad for her, but I also was like dying laughing at it.
Looking back, I just like I was like scratching my head trying to figure out like obviously she made some jokes that didn't land well in a group setting, but like we
Mhm.
all do that. Like I don't know of a single person who's like made a joke and then been like, anyone? No? Okay. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
like
for sure.
and so I think like it was just the reputation that she had on the other show, maybe that like kind of skewed people's opinions a little bit. And then on top of that, we really don't have any time to get to know each other. Like you guys don't understand how quick this happens. It's like we met each other on the bus, like only our team, and then we stopped filming. They sent us back to our hotel. And then the next day, so we didn't know who any of the other cast was. We just filmed that bus scene and then we went back to our hotel and then like waited 2 days and
Um,
then we all came in, filmed the challenge, and within like less than probably 24 hours from when we started the challenge, it was time to vote. So
mm,
like that first vote, I really couldn't fault anyone. That's why I was so forgiving so easily when
yeah.
people were like, I'm sorry I voted for you, because I was just like, yeah, like you guys had to make a decision. My reputation preceded me. What are you supposed to do? You know,
Mm,
it is what it is.
yeah. And
And
maybe
I
she
think it
was
was
an
the
easy
same.
target.
Yeah, and I think it was the same for Irina. I think her team kind of wanted her out because she like didn't do well in the challenges, but honestly, I thought she did really well. Like genuinely, that ice bath challenge, she killed it. She was just up against two other people who were really good at it too.
We were
Like
robbed
she,
of Arena.
yeah, I know. I look back on it and I'm like, damn, the way that that happened actually like really hurts me. I'm very sad for her, and she is a sweet person. So
Hmm.
kind of sucks that yeah, some people, I don't know. It just was a quick decision. I can't even say anything because I voted for her too, and I feel bad about that. So
Right. I think she just wanted like a heads up because there was so many votes at once. And I guess,
yeah,
being lied to all day and then getting every single vote. Um,
I thought
it,
her
ma-
team was gonna tell her. I
yeah.
literally like it wasn't until like the very last moments that like the whole camp realized that everyone voted for her. Like it was I from my recollection, and I someone else could have had a different perspective, but from my recollection, I don't remember like knowing that every single person was going to vote for her except for like at the very end,
Mm.
like before we were about to go to the wheel, and then we were like, oh my gosh, like is her team going to tell her that everyone voted for her, like, you know,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
didn't.
I mean, and I feel like it's better to vote for people who aren't on your team. Like, you want to keep your team in numbers.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was a weird strategy from my perspective to go after your own team, and then people are going to hear me say that and go, "Well, you wouldn't." Okay, but at the same time, it's 6v6 at that time. Like
Mm,
someone on your team is going to get voted for. When it was three teams, you could have just gone after the other team. So
mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, so where was the show filmed? Was it in like Canada?
Mexico.
Oh, what was the weather like?
It was the craziest weather. Like during the day, it was so hot. And then at night, it was freezing, so cold. So
Isn't that
that
like
was weird.
Coachella?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
It was
desert.
like the desert.
Okay. And like, how
Yeah.
long do you feel like you were there?
So we had like a pre like holding before filming that was about 11 to 12 days. And then
Okay.
once we actually got into camp, I think they took like 2 to 3 weeks to film.
Okay, cute, cute.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like a set. Like, was it actually a real like lake? And did they paint this just for this?
So the lake was already there, but what I thought was so impressive was, yeah, I think they painted that dock, but also they they built the whole set like just for the show and then tore it down after.
Mm, yeah, for
And
sure.
here's some behind the scenes tea. The hot
Mm.
tub never worked.
Ah,
Like that scene where Georgia was like, "Oh, like it's so like the water's boiling." And
mm,
like the producers knew what they were doing, okay, with that scene.
mm-hmm,
But it was just so funny because the hot tub never worked, and we were like, there were maintenance guys like literally through the night because they knew that filming had to go, and the Bears cabin was right next to the hot tub, so we would wake up at like literally 2, 3 a.m. and guys were like hammering the hot tub. I
mm.
was like, this is crazy. Like a girl needs her beauty sleep, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and for everyone that doesn't know, you came from The Mole, a
Yeah.
super strategic show. Tell us about The Mole. How did you get on it? And like, just give everyone up to speed who didn't see it. Like, how did you do on it?
Yeah, I thrive in deception games, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just got asked by a casting producer, and I actually ignored her message for like 5 months because I just was like, nah, like I don't really want to do that. And she was like, she sent me one last text message, and I was going through and clearing out because I was out of storage. So I
Mm.
was clearing out all of my messages, and I just came back across like the little pamphlet that she's, or like the little flyer that she sent me about casting for the Insider. It was the Mole.
Yeah, yeah.
And I called her and I was like, "Are you guys still casting for this? Like what do you need from me?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh, like the show starts filming in 30 days. Like let me see if they're still trying to fill, any spots." And at that time I don't think that they were even trying to fill spots. But they replaced me with someone, and I told them no 4 times. Like I literally was like, "No, I don't want to do that. Like I'm not going to have my phone for 2 months. Like I'm a social media influencer. That's going to like kill my engagement, like all
Mhm.
of those things. Is like, I'm going to lose out on money, all of this stuff." And the girl who got me cast on The Mole sent me a text message 2 days ago. And she was like, "Remember how hard we had to convince you to do The Mole? And now look at you." And I was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
look at me. I look crazy now, like an absolute menace on reality TV."
So do you feel like you had a pretty big following before the show? You do a lot of online gaming and influencing content. Do you feel like this has helped like bring you a new audience, or is your audience all just such a different niche than reality TV?
I think they're very different niches. Before I ever went on reality TV, I had like 1.6 million followers, and
Nice.
now I'm like above 2 million.
And this
But
is
I've
like on
really
Instagram
slowed
or all over?
all over.
Mm.
But I've really slowed down on my posting because I am like, I don't know, like now I'm confused. Like I used to just only do gaming, and now people are like, "What's your makeup routine? Like your skin looks so good," or like, "Where do you get your outfits from?" And now I'm confused. I'm like, "Okay, do I like start uploading lifestyle stuff? Do I start, so it's good. Like I love having new people to connect with, but now I'm like, "Oh, what do I upload?" It's kind of a conundrum that I'm in.
We'll do it all. I mean, I'm definitely interested in your takes on these reality shows, especially the Netflix shows. Like you're so strategic, and I saw you do some reviews on your YouTube. So I think that's what I would like to see from you.
Oh, well, maybe I'll start diving into that as well. But I will say, I hate like being in the experience myself. I hate talking about other people's experience because I know what it's like when people have their opinion and they don't know the full story. So I'm like, sometimes I'll catch myself like reviewing another show, and then I'm like, "Wait, but like I actually don't know the full story, and like this could have been edited like against them or for them. Like you guys really don't know the power of editing. You can I've seen in this show and other shows how they're able to kind of like highlight certain things or remove certain things or whatever." So it's just, it makes me feel bad when I personally know. But I love
Mhm.
watching you, and I think you should keep doing it because I love your takes on stuff. And definitely don't fault the people who review it. Like I love it. Say
Yeah, for
whatever you need
sure.
to say. Like
Yeah,
go
yeah.
for it.
Do you think there was anything out of this show, Battle Camp, that was important, or do you feel like they told the story pretty accurately?
I think they told the story pretty accurately. There was definitely stuff that was like missing, obviously. Like one of the biggest things that I'm like, "Man, why did they edit that out?" is we had a talent show. And
Oh,
in
love
the
that.
talent show, like there was just so many funny things. Like Shuby was like throwing a frisbee and then like running and catching it.
Got
And then
it.
like there were the cheerleaders, they were like doing performances, and
Mm.
I don't know, like it was just really wholesome. And I was like, "Oh, they left that out."
Maybe they could do like deleted scenes and stuff. Do you think they'll do a reunion?
So I've heard that they're waiting for like the sign off from Netflix to do a reunion. Um, which
But they,
like
yeah.
I am kind of like, I just don't want that because I feel like it's gonna stir drama that like wasn't there. And like what they're going for when they put together a reunion. Like they want like you know, all of the tea and whatever. And I just feel like even though there is like small things that could surface, it's just not necessary. Like everything is good, you know?
Yeah. Well, they can always do like a Where Are They Now type of YouTube series just to get everyone's takes because I do want to see everyone get like interviewed and talk about their experience on the show. I do have a few other questions about some other players. What
Okay.
did you think of Polly and her gameplay?
I wish I had the chance to get closer to Polly, honestly. Like I would say her and Gio's relationship was intimidating for me because I just felt like at the end of the day, like because she was on the other team, I was always going to be like the person that was gunned for. You
Hmm.
know, like there was never really a chance for me to make a comeback. Um as soon as my name was like up for grabs, if I was winning everything, like that I was the one.
Hmm.
So I wish I would have taken the time to get closer to her, but for everyone who's saying that Avery's so mean, I had a bad moment, okay? I admit to that. I take full accountability. But I was very nice to everyone. I left on good terms with everyone. And there's a scene where Gio's asking Polly how her experience is. And she was like, the people who have been the nicest to me. And she says me. So I'm
Hmm.
not all mean, okay, guys? I do love a good game. I do love strategy. But as far as like my personality in real life, like I would never come at someone like that. So I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're clear in the air here. No, you're so honest and real. I love this conversation because like you're just saying how it is and you have such a clear like perspective watching the show, which I think is
Yeah.
relatable to a lot of fans. So a lot of it makes sense. Where do you stand with QT now? Like are you guys all good? Squash the beef?
Yeah, no, like I said, we've actually hung out multiple times since the airing of the show. Like we hashed this out over a year ago.
Okay, good.
And I am very, you know, respectful of the fact that she has her own perspective on the experience. And even though, you know, this did happen over a year ago, like I want her to feel empowered to speak her truth and like live out her experience. You know, I've seen that she's like connecting with fans over the beef that we had. I want that for her. You know, I
Hmm.
want her to connect with people, for people to, you know, cheer her on and take her side. And I have no qualms with that because I realize I messed up. So, um, yeah, we hashed it out over a year ago, and I am in no position to be critical nor upset over anything. So, yeah,
Period.
go
You're
for
so
it.
mature, and I love that so much. That's amazing. That's the best take to have. And I hope to see you on another game, like actually go farther. Okay. I want to see you play
Thank
another show.
you.
Would you do Perfect Match or would you do another Netflix type of gaming show?
I would. So they asked me to be on season 1 of Perfect Match. I'm actually married now, so I wouldn't do something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't like dive into that at all. Like my husband and I are freaking awesome. Or he's awesome.
Right.
But yeah. So I think when it comes to reality TV, after this experience, it's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want pity or sympathy at all. But like everyone makes mistakes, and like having it so heightened and people coming at me, like giving me like your opinions are so valid though. Like I can't even be upset because I'm like, yeah. They're like Avery was hardcore projecting, maybe a little bit. Like I
Right.
can't say anything. So it sucks though when you already feel bad. Like I already cried about it. I already texted QT. I already met up with her in person and said I'm
Y-
sorry. I talked to QT's
Yeah.
mom.
You've done it
Okay?
all. You've done it
I
all. We
talked to
forgive
QT's
you.
mom because I felt so bad. Um and like it just sucks to have it like continuously like, you know, hounded into me how horrible of a person I am when like I know that I'm not, but at the same time like I get why people think that. So I can't even say like, no, you don't understand. I'm not like I haven't been defending myself at all. I've just been like,
Right.
yeah, like
Well,
facts.
just
Okay.
let the fans go off. The real people who want to listen to this understand your perspective. I totally hear you out. And I think it's just a reaction to people watching a show. They get really invested and they have strong feelings. And even
Yeah.
me, I was like, Avery, come on. And
I
like, of
know
course,
I
like I
was
was rooting
doing
for
that.
you. Yeah. What did you
Uh,
think of Chase's gameplay? He came in kind of late. Obviously, he's really popular in the Netflix world. Did you think he had a real chance to win? And would you have been happy if he won?
I think he did have a real chance to win. I other than Georgia, And Lorenzo, I think he had his name on the wheel the most at the final ceremony, if I'm not mistaken, because he was just killing it in the challenges. Um,
For sure. He's
I
so good at the challenges.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have been happy if any of them won. I had no problems with Chase at all, but like I get that people don't like him, but at the same time, you have to understand in these shows, like people that are kumbaya all the time, like don't typically get casted over and over again. The reason why you love or hate Chase is because you love to hate Chase or you just love Chase.
Hmm.
And I think that he brings something to reality TV that most other people wouldn't have the strength to do. Like being on the receiving end of all of the hate is like it's a very difficult position, I will say. Like I deserve it, but it's a very
No, you
difficult
don't. No, you
position to
don't.
be in, you
Yeah.
know?
Well,
So
Chase plays it well.
I admire him because he rises above it every time. Like
Hmm.
you see him get absolutely roasted on Reddit and everything, and he's actually like a genuine person. He just knows where the cameras are.
I love it. No,
So
100%. And he even said multiple times during this game that like he wasn't going to vote for a friend. And I think that's why he got so offended by Trey. And maybe he definitely overreacted and was having a little bit of a hissy fit. But like I understood his perspective. Like he's loyal to the people he's loyal to. And if he's not, goodbye. And that's the point of this show, this game. And like, it's a good thing that everyone knows going into this and why the
yeah,
Netflix people are all so chill and why a lot of people will call them out for knowing how to make good TV is because everyone's in on the joke. Everyone knows it's a TV show and everyone's there to
yeah,
play the game. And it was a really fun show to watch. I really enjoyed binging it. It was cute. It wasn't like super, it was competitive, but it wasn't like super cutthroat. No one's feelings got super hurt. No one got heartbroken. There was maybe a little love connection. Do we know who's dating from the show, if anyone?
I will plead the fifth on that one because I don't want my mouth got me in trouble in the past and I'm not going to let it happen again.
For sure. Okay. Well, let us know in the comments what you guys think. There was a few dating rumors, a few dating theories. So who knows if people are playing that up or what. But either way, it gets people to tune in. Do you have any final thoughts on the experience? I'm sure we'll do more content together soon, but what do you want to leave the viewers off with?
Well, I want to ask you
Mm-hmm.
if you could choose anyone from the Netflix reality universe, like let's say two people for
Mm.
season 2, who would you pick?
Ooh, it's like I want to see. Of course, I want to see Harry and Francesca again, and I hope that's not a boring
Not
answer.
going to happen.
Okay, I do love Chloe. She's really funny and she has a great accent.
Yes.
I love Savannah as well. She was on The Circle, and I would put
Yeah.
her and Tara Alicia back there. Let's get some,
Yeah.
some old stuff going. And then I love Delisa. She was also on The
Yes.
Circle. She was so fun and so wholesome.
Yes, I absolutely love her. I would love to see her on season 2. For me, I think like Dash
Oh, I
from
love
Squid
Dash.
Game. Oh, he
Yes.
would kill it. Like I've been telling everyone, like I'll even tell production. I'm like, "Listen, you need Dash on season 2. Trust me on this one. You
Hmm.
need him. You need him. He's
He's
such
fun.
good TV." And he didn't get enough airtime. He's honestly also just like the most genuine person. I love him.
Yeah, and maybe some Love Is Blind people. I mean, there is a lot of
Yes.
people you can go through, like Selling Sunset, Selling the OC. There's a lot of different Netflix shows. So that's what's fun about crossovers is you really get to
Yeah.
see everyone from different worlds. So
Collide.
I'm sure maybe they'll get a season two. I guess that's TBD, but I think Perfect Match will be announced soon. What did you think of the Millionaire show that just came on? You watched that one, right?
Yes, I loved that show. I like struggle between is this one better or The Mole? Like is Million Dollar Secret better or The Mole? I can't decide. I
Wait,
think
tell
it's
us more
so
about
so
the
good.
mole. Like I don't really know much about it. Like what is it all about?
So The Mole is one person amongst the group was hired by production to sabotage everyone.
Okay. And how do they sabotage
So
them?
So, like, let's just say you guys are all supposed to solve a puzzle, navigate through the woods, and find the cash money. And then you get to
Mhm.
take that money and put it into a pot. And then at the end, one person will win that pot of money. But let's say the mole is a pilot, like season 1, and they claim that they're really good at navigation. So they take the map and they're like, I can find us our way through the forest. And then they get you lost in the forest. And it's like, are you trying to keep us from finding the money? or did you
Mm,
do that because it was a genuine mistake because you misread the map? So that was
mm.
like what happened on season 1 of The Mole, is like you're trying to figure out who is sabotaging us from getting money.
And you were not the mole.
You have to watch it, Zachary. I'm a deceptive gamer.
Okay. Okay. I'll watch it. You got me hooked. Okay. I do want to see you on more TV. So I hope that you play another reality type of show. But I do look forward to seeing your content and keeping in touch. Where could everybody find
Yeah.
you and follow you?
Oh, just search Avori anywhere. It'll pop up. And I really appreciate you, Zachary, for interviewing me and getting my take. I saw this quote the other day, and it said, "Maturing is realizing that not everyone needs to hear your side of the story." And I really
Hmm.
do feel that in my soul. But I also appreciate when people take the time to ask to hear my side of the story, because you know we're all just humans at the end of the day, and this was just a game. So yeah, I'm glad that people are able to at least see perspective on that, and it's because of you and people like you who take the time to really learn. So
For sure. And you deserve to tell your side of the story. You were on the show, and anyone that cares, that wants to hear your perspective. And we're going to get QT's perspective as well. And we're going to get everyone's perspective. So you're the first
perfect.
one. I'm going to chat with Arena tomorrow as well. So I can't wait to
Oh,
hear what she has
nice.
to say. And I'm sure you'll do more interviews and talk about the show. So people can definitely go follow you. I'll leave your link down below. Thank you all for watching or listening as a podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace
Bye.
out.